The Currency of Life. A story of time and intentionality. The illusion of busy Alex lived in the heart of Seattle, a city that never seemed to sleep. At 25, he felt like he was running a marathon on a treadmill, moving fast, sweating profusely, but staying in the exact same spot. His apartment was a graveyard of half-finished projects and empty caffeine cans. To an outsider, Alex looked busy. He was always on his laptop, his phone was constantly buzzing with notifications, and he was always researching new ideas. But as the clock struck midnight, a familiar hollow feeling would settle in his chest. He was busy, but he wasn't productive. He was occupied, but he wasn't progressing. The digital world had a firm grip on Alex's soul. He would wake up and immediately reach for his phone, diving into a sea of emails, news alerts, and social media feeds before his feet even touched the floor. By noon, his brain felt like a browser, with 50 tabs open, all of them lagging. He sought refuge in motivational videos, hoping a stranger's words would spark the fire he needed. He would watch How to Be a Millionaire in 30 Days while eating cold pizza, feeling a temporary rush of inspiration that vanished the moment the video ended. He was addicted to the feeling of being busy, mistaking the noise for music. The quiet wisdom of the porch one weekend, feeling completely burnt out, Alex visited his grandfather, Sam, who lived in a quiet suburb. Sam was a man who moved with a deliberate slowness that Alex found almost frustrating. On Saturday evening, they sat on the back porch as the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in shades of burnt orange and deep violet. Alex was restless, his thumb twitching instinctively to check a phone that he had promised to keep in his pocket. He looked at his grandfather, who was simply sitting there, watching the Harrees respect a peaceful smile. "I don't get it, Grandpa," Alex finally burst out. "I'm working 14 hours a day. I'm consuming every piece of advice I can find. I'm trying so hard, but it feels like my life is just slipping through my fingers. I have these big dreams of starting my own firm, of traveling, of making an impact, but they feel further away now than they did 3 years ago. Where does the time go?" Sam didn't answer immediately. He took a slow sip of his tea, the steam curling into the cool evening air. Then, he turned to Alex and said, "Time never truly goes anywhere, Alex. You give it away. You're letting the world spend your life for you." The Notebook of Brutal Truth. The next morning, Sam handed Alex a simple, leather-bound notebook. It wasn't fancy. It had a weathered cover and thick, cream-colored pages. "I want you to do something for me this week," Sam said, his voice firm but kind. "I want you to be an accountant, but not for money. I want you to account for every single hour of your life. Every time you pick up that phone, every time you sit at that screen, I want you to write down exactly what you did. No excuses, no lies, just the brutal truth." Alex accepted the challenge, thinking it would be easy. The first few days were a wake-up call that felt like a bucket of ice water. As Alex began to document his hours, he saw the horrifying reality of his existence. He saw the 5-minute break that turned into a 90-minute rabbit hole of celebrity gossip. He saw the quick check of work emails that led to 2 hours of aimless browsing. He realized that he was spending nearly 6 hours a day on things that didn't matter, things he wouldn't even remember the next day. He wasn't working 14 hours. He was working 4 and wasting 10. He was bankrupting his future, one scroll at a time. The concept of time as currency, when Alex showed the notebook to Sam at the end of the week, he felt a deep sense of shame. "Look at this," Alex whispered. "I'm a fraud. I tell everyone I'm working hard, but I'm just wasting my life." Sam nodded, but there was no judgment in his eyes. "Alex, think of your time as the only currency you truly own. You can earn more money, but you can never earn more minutes. Every time you look at a notification that doesn't matter, you're paying a price. You're buying someone else's agenda with your own life. Successful people aren't superhuman. They are just very, very protective of their currency." Sam explained that the world is designed to steal our attention. Algorithms are built by thousands of engineers to keep us clicking, scrolling, and watching. If you don't have a plan for your time, the world will have one for you, Sam warned. He told Alex about the law of intentionality. It wasn't about being a robot or never having fun. It was about choosing where your energy goes. It was about being the master of the clock rather than its slave. Alex realized that his busyness was just a shield he used to avoid the actual hard work of building his dreams. The shift, choosing the votes. Alex returned to Seattle with a new mindset. He didn't try to change everything at once, as he had failed at that many times before. Instead, he became intentional. He started small. He decided that the first hour of his day and the last hour of his night belonged to him, not the internet. He turned off all non-essential notifications. He adopted a simple filter for his activities. Does this grow my mind, my skills, or my character? If the answer was no, he limited it severely. He began to treat his morning hours as sacred, dedicated to deep, focused work without distractions. The change was slow but profound. At first, he felt the itch to check his phone, the phantom vibrations in his pocket. But he stayed disciplined. He began to see his work move forward. Projects that had been stagnant for months were suddenly completed. His mind felt clearer, less cluttered. He wasn't busy anymore. He was focused. He realized that 1 hour of deep, uninterrupted work was worth more than 8 hours of distracted multitasking. He was finally spending his currency on things that yielded a return on investment: his health, his business, and his relationships. 1 year later, the result of respect. A year passed, and Alex found himself back on that same porch with Sam. The sunset was just as beautiful, but the man sitting on the steps was different. Alex had successfully launched his firm. He looked healthier, his eyes were bright, and he carried an air of quiet confidence that only comes from self-mastery. He wasn't checking his phone. He was fully present in the moment. The restlessness that had once defined him was gone, replaced by a sense of purpose. Sam looked at his grandson and smiled. "So, Alex," he asked, "where does your time go these days?" Alex looked out at the horizon and smiled back. "Exactly where I decide it should go, Grandpa. I stopped letting the world spend my life. I realized that my time is my power." Sam nodded in approval. "That," Sam said, "is the moment success truly begins. It's not when the money comes in or when people start clapping for you. It's the moment you respect yourself enough to protect your time." The final lesson for the world. As Alex sat there, he thought about all the people still trapped on that treadmill of busyness. He realized that the greatest tragedy isn't failing at your goals. It's never actually starting them because you were too distracted by things that don't matter. Time is a non-renewable resource. Once a minute is gone, it's gone forever. We often treat our time as if we have an infinite supply, but we are all on a countdown. The difference between the life you have and the life you want is hidden in how you spend your next 60 minutes. Conclusion: your future is a vote. The story of Alex and Sam is a reminder that every minute of your life is a vote. When you spend an hour learning a new skill, you are voting for a successful future. When you spend an hour scrolling through negativity, you are voting for a stagnant future. You cannot control the wind, but you can control the sails. You cannot stop the world from trying to distract you, but you can choose to be intentional. So, the next time you feel too busy, take a breath and look at your notebook. Are you actually busy, or are you just giving your life away? The currency of your life is in your hands. Spend it on the things that make your soul come alive. Respect your time, and eventually, the world will respect you too. Because at the end of the day, your life isn't defined by what you wanted to do, but by what you actually did with the time you were given.